Good afternoon. This is Barbara from the Walport Public Library, and I'm back with a couple more poetry readings in celebration of Poetry Month. So my first poem is going to be from the book Forecast, which is a word art collaboration featuring horoscope-inspired poems by Drew Myron and interpretive abstract paintings by Tracy Wheel. So, horoscope-inspired poems, Drew Myron says she used daily horoscopes as a launching point to transform astrological prose into horoscope poems, a form that, like a forecast, directs and suggests the reader and listener. So with that, I'm going to read Harvest. It is springtime, so I thought it'd be fun just to do a little poem about gardening. Harvest. We are always wanting. The replay button sticks and we are in deep water. Gulls cry. Night shows up, cold and hungry. Buoyant, we mimic a swim. Imagine nectarines hanging in desert heat. Butterfly bushes collecting wings, a summer without shoes. We float on our sides, heads heavy and lost, blink, and our underwater wounds give way to blackberry veils. Beneath the sweet, a silent garden grows only goodness. We harvest small blessings, snap peas, kale, cucumbers, thin as a wrist, tomatoes we always save for last. So here is the abstract painting to go with that poem. So what does that suggest to you along with the poem? So the suggestion for me is that we are talking about a farm, a small farm, that has lots of nice plump tomatoes. We have some sunflowers growing, and it looks like in the little piping there we have a few more things growing there, and then we have some nice sunshine up above there in some looks like clouds. So that's what the suggestion is through the poetry and the art piece here. And let's see here, the next poem that I'm going to read is by William Stafford, who was an Oregonian, and the poem is from the book Ask Me 100 Essential Poems. So William Stafford was an Oregonian, of course, and he was appointed poet consultant for the Library of Congress in 1971 and 72, and he was also named the Oregon Poet Laureate. He also taught many years at the Lewis and Clark College in Portland. So he was very well loved by authors, writers, and just people who enjoyed his poems and writings. So the poem that I'm going to read here is called Vocation. And let's see what this poem suggests to you. So, this dream the world is having about itself includes a trace on the plains of the Oregon Trail. A groove in the grass my father showed us all, one day while meadowlarks were trying to tell something better about to happen. I dreamed the trace to the mountains, over the hills, and there a girl who belonged wherever she was. But then my mother called us back to the car. She was afraid. She always blamed the place, the time, anything my father planned. Now both of my parents, the long line through the plain, the meadowlarks, the sky, the world's whole dream remain. And I hear him say, while I stand between the two, helpless, both of them part of me, Your job is to find what the world is trying to be. So what does that poem suggest to you, going in line with what Drew was talking about? To me, that poem suggests vocation of life, of history, past, present, and future. And then for William Stafford, what it meant to him to be part of Oregon and the history of Oregon itself. So those are my two poems for this week, and I hope you enjoyed them. And we will be back very shortly with a couple of more for you. So enjoy your week.